Hello and welcome to the first Thinky game stream of 2024. And I have literally rushed out of this room. I was like, oh, relaxed. I'm ready. I'm taking it easy. And suddenly realized I had no water. And without water, you cannot solve puzzles. It is medically impossible. So I played around a bit with the style of the stream, as you might be able to see. We were getting a little bit fed up with me putting my face around and hiding parts of puzzles. So we're trying out this new style at the moment where I'm just going to be stuck in the corner permanently, this size, and you'll have the entire screen to look at over there. So which direction is that? It's the other way. It's just there. Oh my God. Right. So this week, we're going to cover the case of the Thinky Game Jam. This is a jam. It was organized at the end of last year, and oh my God, there were a lot of entries. Tons. So I had a very brief look at one last year, which was classified of 2015, and I had a go at it. I didn't get very far. And I thought I'd just have a go at almost a random selection of others. I haven't really given this too much thought. I know very little about any of these games. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I don't necessarily intend to finish any of them, but let's see what we can get through and have a stab. So the first thing I'm going to have a go at is a Trench Tale. So this is a browser game. This is it. Yep. So this is a card combining game. It uses AI graphics created by Stable Diffusion. And this is from Alejandro Pinel Martinez. So this is a Trench Tale. So let's just get on into it. Well, let's make this full screen. Maybe the full screen didn't really do much there, did it? Okay, now we're stuck in not quite full screen. I'm a doctor dragged by circumstances. It's a bit loud. Let's see if I can quieten that down a bit. There we go. And yet, okay, I missed the first bit. And yet, I was not prepared to face what awaited me when they brought me that soldier's body to my table. Okay, it looks very small, I think, for you. Let's try skip. Okay. Wonder if I can. Oh, there we go. I'm doing a zoom in. That's better. There we go. Okay, so what do we got here? So we've got me, hospital, and army. So I want a very quick go with this just to get the hang of the mechanic. You put a card up here, another card, so you got me and hospital, and then you hit the button combine to get something else. Corpse. This morning they bring a new group of corpses, but one of them was not like the other. A burly, middle-aged man covered in blood that presents some horrible wounds. Okay. So now we've got corpse. We've also got army. What can I combine me and army? Oh. Faustine, radio operator. I met Faustine, a young radio operator that speaks lively with a slight French accent. Her work is to transmit information from the front to the central command. Okay. Can we do something with the corpse? Symbol. Okay, when I performed the autopsy, I discovered this strange symbol carved with a knife in this poor man's back. It represents a corrupt heart. It fills me with dread. What do it even means? I should ask about this symbol to my colleagues or the soldiers. I think I'll just fix some of the English as I go along if it's obvious to me, rather than just repeating exactly what it is here. So ask colleagues. So do I do me in symbol or the hospital in the symbol? Yeah, that's not doing anything. Ask colleagues. Sir Angoise? is a nun that usually works in my hospital. For some reason, my indications went to her, although she says she does not know anything about the symbol. Okay. Can we pursue her with the symbol? No. Maybe we should just investigate her? No. Okay. Can we do anything else with this symbol? Symbol is related to the army somehow? Library? The soldiers gave me access to the place where they saved the town library from the horrors of war. This is the only peaceful place in this hopeless hole. I can always trust books and the knowledge they provide. Hello, welcome, Joe, to the Thinky Game stream. Why did this symbol and army give me library? Can I look up the symbol in the library? I searched for the symbol in the library, but I found nothing. I need a thread to pull first. Okay. I hope that... But ticking. I hope that isn't like... in the background is like... a time countdown or something. So I'm just giggling a little bit at the chat here. I've got nothing to say, but I'm just going to giggle. Okay. So I need a thread to pull on. Do I need to find something else in the library? Maybe I can find out more about the army in the library. No. Maybe there's something about me in the library. No, or maybe nuns. Airhater's asking, what is the goal of this? Is this some kind of alchemy-ish thing? I unfortunately do not know what alchemy-ish means, but basically, yes, you put two cards together and you hopefully make progress by creating a new card, and that is how you proceed in this investigation. So we started with me, army, and hospital, and I've got a few others now. Maybe Faustine knows something about the symbol. She doesn't know anything about the symbol. But maybe she knows something about the nun. Did I already do that? Yes, I already tried that. Corpse. And does the army know anything about the corpse? The Rainbow Battalion. I asked about the man, and they confirmed that he was a soldier. He probably belongs to the Rainbow Battalion, the American reinforcement detachment that is stationed in a nearby area. So, Airhate is telling me that alchemy is the type of games that was popular about 5 years ago. The most known game of that genre is Doodle God. My God, I don't even know what Doodle God is. How do I cover up my lack of knowledge on the stream? Ah, Doodle God, yeah. Gotta love it. I hope that worked. Rainbow Battalion. Maybe they have a symbol that's like... No. I'm glad Joe doesn't know what Doodle God is as well. That's good. It's good. Rainbow Battalion. Can we ask the army about the Rainbow Battalion? Is there anything? No. Faustine, maybe she knows something about the ring. Yes. Offensive. Faustine is worried about the Rainbow Battalion. The last communication she received was a few days ago. They tried to realize an offensive in an unknown area. The Central Command advised against it, but they didn't answer. The last message that arrived at the telegraph was an incoherent information about a red fog that emerged from an old castle. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Maybe there's something in the library about that. The castle. Okay. Castle. The only known castle of the area is the Chateau of Puits-Noir. I should go there to investigate. Okay. So, people are talking about Doodle God. Boomers. Oh, those boomers. That's a hater. Joe has played a bit of Doodle God Universe. Just don't remember them. It is one of those kind of games. Okay. Castle. What do I want to... I've got to go there, right? Me. Count Points Noir. The castle still has the portraits of all the men that once ruled there. Last portrait belongs to the mysterious Count Pierre Points Noir. He died in 1592. Okay. I don't suppose you could combine him, no, but maybe there's something in the library about him? The witch burning in 1592. It is said that Pierre Points Noir tortured and executed a whole regiment of the best men of the crown. He demonstrated a complete... Sorry, did I say regiment of the best men of the crown? He demonstrated a complete disregard for divine and mundane authority and was condemned to death at the stake. The case was so morbid that the Catholic Church had to bring a foreigner inquisitor specialized in blasphemy and dark magic. I just want to keep on digging. Can I keep on going in the library? No, I didn't think so because it came out from the library. Is there any connection with the witch burning and the corpse? Not obviously. Maybe the nun could tell us something. Gaspard de... I'm having so many problems with pronunciations here. I'm really sorry. Gaspard de Quiroga y Vela. Sir Angoise, let me search in the church archive about the incident of 1592. Gaspard was a Spanish inquisitor that had to come to the castle of Points Noir to catch and execute the count. He investigated the castle and found a secret door hidden in the wine cellar. He describes the horror he found, the corpses of all the king's soldiers tortured and killed in the cave. Okay. There was all the king's soldiers killed in a cave. Okay, so let's find more in the library, obviously, about Gaspard. But the library gave up nothing. It's only relationship between the Count and Gaspard. No, none at all. We've got Gaspard. What can he tell us about the castle? Caves. I found the secret passage in the wine cellar and discovered a set of caves. Okay. Alright, so let's look deeper in the caves, I guess. Massacre. I had to stop to puke. I discovered a pile of corpses decomposing in the cave. The smell was horrendous. Okay, so we found a lot of bodies. Is this the Rainbow Battalion? Put the Rainbow... Oh, whoa. Put up the Rainbow Battalion here. There is the rest of the battalion. The corpses have the army uniform, but there is one exception. What? Ah! One of them has what seems like a medieval tunic and a ginger moustache. Oh. Witcher body. There is a corpse that is different to the others. He has a medieval tunic and has an incredible resemblance to the old Count Points Noir. When I touched it, he was warm as if somehow he was still alive. His face is really pale, but with a disturbing semblance. Okay, so can we find the symbol on the Witcher body? No. Maybe we should investigate in the hospital. That's not working out. Can we find anything in the library? You know, it's my old haunt. Wow, okay. Compare it to the corpse. The corpse and the Witcher body together. No. Feel like I'm... I'll ask Faustine about it. Would you like to look at this Witcher body? Not happy. Let me ask. No. This isn't going... witch burning. Oh. Copper slivers. I knew what I had to do. Inquisitor, I must finish your job. I set the body on fire and it started to move. His face twisted to a horrible grimace. But the flames did their job. The body turned into ashes, and from the ashes I could find some copper slivers of the size of my hand. They are broken as if in the past they'd been part of a large plate. I can see myself reflected on its surface as if they were a mirror. Copper slivers, as if they'd been part of a large plate. I'm... Maybe there's something about copper mines in the library. No, see, I'm just going to go for the library. Maybe I need to make something with the copper slivers. No. The nun. Faustine. Gaspar obviously had a copper plate. The Count had a copper plate. I am a little bit like random clicking at this point. I mean, we're not going to be able to combine it with the Witcher body, right? Because that's where it came from. I thought we burnt it. You shouldn't still have it. I suppose you could still inquire about the Witcher body. Copper slivers. Is there a missing plate from the castle? No. What if we arrange them in the shape of this symbol? I did not expect that to work. Copper mirror. I fixed the copper mirror. Then I had to drink a sip of my first aid alcohol before cutting myself in the hand. I drew with my blood the sign in the mirror. Yeah. I think that was a little bit more random than I was expecting. I don't understand why those two together. But yeah, Taranam says this can only end well. It does sound like there'll be a happy ending to this story. Copper mirror. Maybe I should just give it to the nun. She doesn't want it. What about Faustine? I've got a lovely mirror for you. I look into the mirror. Taranam predicts I come out with my sanity 100% intact. Maybe I take it into the caves. There's something down there. Or maybe just into the castle. Or maybe I can see the picture of the Rainbow Battalion reflected. Take it and fix people in the hospital. Take it to the army. They know what to do with it. Go on an offensive with a copper mirror? No. Alright. Okay, can I do the symbol again? No. Can I do something with the original corpse? No. Oh, you know what? There's probably something in the library about this. No, there is not something in the library about it. Oh. Count Points Noir? No. And a massacre. Copper slivers. We still have copper slivers. I don't remember what I've tried and what I haven't tried now. Very bad. Witcher body. Nope. Maybe I'm missing something. Another line of approach here that I'm missing out. Because I've been constantly following like new card, get another one. New card, get another one. I've kind of been going along there. Maybe there's something else I'm missing along the way. I need to be talking to somebody about, you know, the Rainbow Battalion, for example. Something like that. Maybe I ask. No, she has nothing to tell me about it. But maybe Gaspar, who's been dead a long time, could tell me something about it. But then again, but the army might know about. No. Well, I think I made a good stab there. Went for a good, what, about 15 minutes? So I don't know how deep it goes. This is how far little grey area goes. So I don't know how much longer. I don't want to go clicking hints. I like to carry on and just try and figure it out. But maybe we should move on to something else. So that is a trench tail. And let me just grab it. A link for you in the chat. There's a trench tail. So there we go. Well, right, I should come out of that. I'm actually going to I'm just going to close that tab. There we go. So otherwise it'll be making noise forever. And we're going to move on to dead cards. And this is from Pobui? Poo boy? I'm not sure. But you know, it's what you get. So this is a game I haven't played this at all. But basically you have to find the murderer in a deck of cards, and apparently one of the cards has been killed, and the murderer is the one that was on top of it, and you have to question each card to discern their position in the deck, and of course the one that's lying is the murderer, because they won't tell you I was on top of that guy who's dead. Right, run game. All right, I'm going to zoom in a bit here. Try and make it bigger. Yeah, that's not too bad. All right, play. First time, definitely. We're going to play with 6 cards. Do we want a timer? I'll leave a timer. I'm assuming it's counting up rather than down. Okay, so drop the killer here. The victim tonight is the 3 of diamonds. Oh, the figure of the card below me was diamond. Okay. They're not going to come out right. I would say I was above the victim. So the 8 of hearts must be above the Queen of diamonds, I would have thought. Queen of diamonds says the figure of the card below me was spade. So if they're telling the truth, it's either the 5 or the jack. There is no card above me. The figure of the card below me was diamond. Okay, that's interesting. Both of these. Oh, the card. Oh, so I didn't see that at the top there. The value of the card above me was lower. Have I zoomed in too much? Hang on. There we go. Oh, I didn't zoom in too much. What does the other spade say? Let me just simply get the spade. The value of the card above me was higher. The value of the card below me was lower. I need to start writing this down. It's only 5 cards, and what does the 4 of clubs say? The value of the card above me was higher. There is no card below me. So the 4 of clubs says they were at the bottom. So if the value... So if the 4 of clubs is telling the truth, it could be any of the other cards. And that was the 3 of diamonds. But no, the killer is on top, right? The killer is on top, so it wouldn't be lying unless there was a card below him. Okay. I can't trust any of these cards. So the 8 is saying the card below me, above me was lower, but the figure of the card below me was diamond. Who says there was no card above them? The figure of the card above me was heart. Oh, you can move them. Oh my god. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that makes things a lot more fun. So, okay, let's have the bottom of the deck over here. This guy says that they were at the bottom, and any one of these cards could be above. So the queen, who says they're at the top? There's no card above me. Okay, they said no card above me. And let's just follow all of the evidence exactly. The figure of the card below me was diamond. So I'm going to say Queen of Diamonds there. And this person says the value of the card above me was lower. That can't be right. The value above the card below me was higher. And the value of the card below me was lower. Okay. The value of the card above me was lower. The figure of the card below me was diamond. So this doesn't fit at all. Okay, so what do I want to think of? Ooh, they contradict. This contradicts. These two are competing. The 5 says there was no card above them. The value of the card above me was lower. Everybody says they've got a card above them. Except this guy. If this is the liar, no one else says there was a card above them. So this person is telling the truth, right? Or can they have one lie rather than 2 lies? Oh God. Okay, let's assume that they're just not lying about that there's the card, no card above me, that they are at the top. There's no card above me. The figure of the card above me was heart. Oh God, I didn't read that bit. So these two. Okay, that's also disagreeable. Look at this. I don't know what I'm doing now. So the queen says the figure above me was heart, but the 8 says the figure below was diamond. They do fit together. Their stories match. So the figure of the card below me was diamond. There's no card above me. You know, I'm getting the feeling this 5 might be the one I'm lying about. So the 8 says the value of the card above me was lower. Could be the 3 of diamonds. Could be the 3 of diamonds here. But then he isn't lying at all. If that's the murderer, he isn't lying at all. He's telling me the card below him is diamond. There's no card above him. Oh, hi, Gwen. We'll be catching up with your title, Surradia, towards the end, unfortunately, in my list. Joe is saying the victim was the card below me. Oops. This, I'm already... Right, so the value of the card above me was higher. These two fit together quite nicely. The value of the card below me was spade. The value of the card above me was higher. These would fit together. The value of the card below me was lower. And the club says the value above me was higher. There was no card below me. I mean, it feels like this all makes sense, but 5 has just sort of implicated themselves. Oh, Gwen's saying this one's clever. It gets super difficult at higher difficulties. I'm already stuck. I've made something. Everything just lines up quite nicely. None of these. This all fits. If I put the 3 in here, everybody's story is straight. The one problem is no one's lying. It would implicate 5, but no one's lying. Oh my God. So if it's true that someone has to be lying, then this picture's incorrect. Okay. Part of me wants to... So, General55 says, would have kind of liked the chance to retry if you get it wrong, but did really enjoy it nonetheless. Let me assume that there's got to be a lie here. Because this picture's just too perfect. They're implicating themselves. That cannot be right. So something is wrong in this picture. Because it all adds up. There should be something that doesn't add up. If the queen is lying about the figure above me is heart, but the story is... Again, would you say the figure below you is diamond if you were... Man. Let's take the 8 out. This says the figure of the card below me was diamond. If that's the queen... The figure above me was heart. The figure of the card below me was spade. If the queen is lying, this makes more sense. Imagine the queen is lying. That means, okay, let's assume the queen is the killer. So the 3 of diamonds must be next. Value of the card was lower. No, see, that breaks the 8, doesn't it? Because the 8's no longer going to be lying. Neither is the 5. If the queen is the killer... then it has to be a diamond here. They would have to be together. So Joe is thinking, he agrees with my logic and thinks the 5 must be implicated themselves, which feels weird. You know what? Let's check the 5 in. Maybe the cards only lie once. There's no card above me. Yeah, let's throw the 5 in. I'm gonna try. Guilty? Okay. Oh my god. They didn't lie. They just told me. Wow. You know, sometimes when you're doing a puzzle, and I know that many of you seen it when I'm doing a puzzle, and you're like, Joel, it's just not that complicated. You just push the thing in the corner in the space there, and it's just do it. And everybody's like, come on, please, just do it, just do it. I feel like I kind of overthought that one. Right, so should I try the 12 cards? Just see. Or should I try another 6 cards? I've kind of enjoyed that. Let's try 12 cards. I don't know if I'm gonna... Oh my god, it's too many. Oh, it's a 3 of diamonds again. Gwen saying the murderer just straight up says, I did it. Agatha Christie would have been flummoxed. Alright, so the figure of the card above me was diamond. What's the 7? 5. What's the number mean? Is there a meaning for the number? Let me just scroll down here. I don't see anything about the number. Seven, 4. Why does some of these have a number? I mean, another number. Okay, I'm going to ignore the number for now. We'll see. The figure of the card above me was diamond. Let's find someone who thinks they're the top and the bottom. No card above me. I think it's explained in the description. Helps us, Jenna 55. Okay. Oh, on mode 12 and 18 cards, you can see the position of few cards in the deck to help you. No possible to lie in the position. So that is their real position in the deck. Okay. Okay, so this is position 7. Alright, let me just try and organize. That's 5, that's 7. What else have we got here? It's 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's just those 3. No, we've got 3 here too. Is one the top or the bottom? Oh my god, that's a good point. Oh my god. Doesn't make it clear. Well, I'm gonna assume one is the top. Right. None of these guys are saying the top or bottom, right? Alright, who says they're the bottom or the top? Sorry, I'm flicking through them quickly. I'm just trying to scan fast. Wow. Oh, no card below me. So 10 is thinking they're at the bottom. No card above me. So Jack. Oh, let's move these over a bit. So Jack, the value of the card below me was higher, and 8 says the value of the card above me was a diamond. Higher, so queen or king, diamond. That would suggest this card here. The value of the card below me was lower. That makes sense. The figure of the card above me was clover. Oh, they call it clover. I was calling it club. Gwen says should be easy to find since you have 3 and you know who says they're on top. This does actually make sense. 3. Do these all actually fit together? So, they're not lying right at all. They said it should be completely accurate. The value of the card above me was higher. Yep. The value of the card below me was higher. Correct. The value of the card above me was lower. The figure of the card below me was clover, which has to be this. That's 5, 6, and 7. The figure of the card above me was diamond. The figure... Wait, what? The figure below me was spade. I'm sorry. Someone here is not telling the truth. And I think it's Joe in the chat. Right. Let's see. Let's go from... Okay. Right. What does 10 say? So 10 says the figure above me was spade. And there's no card below me. So either Jack or the 5. Joe plays puzzle games. He's in the wrong place if his username is a lie. The value of the card above me was equal. Okay. The value below me is higher. So that would suggest this. These last 3 like this. So I would suggest that. And then that. And then the card above me is diamond. And the card below me is heart. That makes sense. What's this diamond stuff going on here? They're also saying the card above me is diamond. There are only 2 diamonds. Oh my god. I'd forgotten all about the victim. I was so obsessed with the killer, I'd forgotten that victim. I feel so stupid at this point, and I love that it's been caught live on stream. It's a detective like, he's the killer. Who did he kill? I don't remember, but he killed somebody. Right. So that does make sense if the victim's around here. Lynch the 8 of hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I feel like the 8's lying. The value of the card above me was higher. The value of the card below me was higher. The value of the card above me was lower. The value of the card above me was close. It's the 8, right? Come on, let's do the 8. Yay! See, honestly, this is all there is to finding the murderer. So it's kind of fun. It's interesting the difference the numbers made. First game I was like, oh my god, it's 5 cards, I can't figure it out. And then we played the second game, it's like, oh, just put them in order. That's very interesting, and it's surprisingly simple. I remember looking at the instructions thinking, is this actually going to be that interesting? It is quite interesting. So anyway, that is dead cards. Let me just grab the link there. So that will play in a browser near you. Right. So let me close that tab so that we're not offended by the noise when we move on to the next one. Now this next one is the Unknowing. Now this isn't actually a browser game. This is a download. So what does it say though? An alien has crash landed their ship on Earth. After regaining consciousness, he discovers that key parts of his ship have been stolen and held for ransom. As the alien, search the nearby town for clues to the 3 mysteries that have sent the townspeople running scared from an unseen danger. Solve the mysteries to regain your ship parts so you can get back home again. But you don't understand what even the most basic Earth objects are, and you have only a limited amount of credits to call your homeworld each time you want to identify something. So take mindful notes to deduce what's important and reset your ship's time loop whenever you need to leave the unimportant stuff behind. The more you know, the more you can leave behind. Such is the mystery of the unknowing. Now, this is by, as you see, Alexander Thumb, who is working on is After Light Fades, which I showed an early access version of, what, this was like a couple of months ago. Taranam is doing his head in with just the idea of doing time loops. Now I had a very quick go of this and I wasn't sure what I was doing. I was following it point to point, but we're just going to start all over again. I thought if I have to play too much to understand what I'm doing, maybe I'll be doing too much off stream. So let's give it a go. So I'm gonna, let's switch to my game window. Hang on, I need to get rid of my browser. What's going on with my browser? There we go, that's better. I know you can't see the browser, but I can. It's in my face. Okay, should be popping up for you any second. I mean, there you go, the unknowing. So let's go for, is that too quiet for you? And I'll turn the quiet off there. New game. So, get to walk around a bit. Missing catalytic refractor. Oh, that's an evil thing to try and make me say. Missing sonic manifold. And a missing phasic dilator. That really looks kind of like, the wording just looks rude. So we've got in the corner here 10 identified credits. You can toggle the map on the top left here. So places will gradually appear as you move through the game. And you can add them if you know the names of them. Right, and there's your detective notes, and you can type anything in here. So, the thing is, we don't know what this is, so you're going to have to identify it. I'll use one of our credits. You identified the object as a strange note. You now know what a note is. So anytime we see a note, we can interact with it. So you can pick it up and read it. The strange note says, go to town hall at 4 Birch Terrace. So new destination added, which is the town hall. So we can go there. Now, I wonder if I'm supposed to write town hall. So if I do a town, if I do a time loop, I don't have to read the note again, but I can just go there, if you get my meaning. Although I have a feeling there'll be lots of notes in this game. How many games did you fit in today's menu, Jolson asks Orion. It's 6. So this is the 3rd of 6 games at the moment. I think Alan Hazelden's I won't be on for very long. Not because I've solved it, but because I'll probably just get stuck really fast. Okay, so now we've got in here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but I think I just identified these things. The question mark was a case scroll. But let's read the note over here. To the alien, we, the townspeople of Lost Hollow, have taken your vital ship parts. We know you can't fly your ship without them, so if you ever want to leave this planet, then do as we say. 1 of 6. Firstly, we are in hiding. To prevent any more misfortune befalling us, don't try to find us or we'll destroy your ship parts. Second, some strange and dangerous things have been happening since the day you crashed here. We don't know if you are the cause or if you're somehow caught up in the same misfortune, but regardless, you're going to help us. Okay. In this room are 3 scrolls detailing the cases of our 3 misfortunes. We'll return 1 piece of your ship for each case you solve. You're free to explore anywhere throughout the town. We recommend you start at Tala's house. So I can copy and paste that apparently. Let's try. Copy. And paste. Oh, there we go. Never seen anyone so excited with a copy and paste. Oh, look at that! Did it in a game. Do not attempt to find the missing items described in the cases. We don't trust you. Just fill in the details we need and we'll do the rest. So they don't want you to find the items. Just find out what happened to them or where they went to. Okay, so... Oh, thank you for... thank you for... telling me it was good for me to keep on doing the pandemic legacy diary I was doing earlier. It took a long time writing that stuff up. Okay, so the first case scroll is the stolen magic egg can be found at, and are there any obstacles or hazards? So we have to find a magic egg. Oops, don't press escape. Read this one. Return the missing shards of song. Okay. Wow. We really do need to start somewhere else. Where is the kidnapped child? Who took them? Are there hazards or obstacles to getting them back? Let's go to Tala's house. Okay. Okay, Tala's house. Here we go. Okay, I see some notes and a question mark. So that's a note about the store. Hi Sema, I prepped the store for you last night. Also, the alarm just got installed today, so remember to turn it off before you go into the storeroom. Okay. The code is the normal one with the twist. So you have to turn off the alarm to get into the storeroom. With a code with the normal one, which is the normal with the twist. What else have we got over here? Oh, I left the house. That was not intentional. So don't touch the arrow. So reminder note, remember we're visiting the cemetery on the weekend. I missed those old lying bastards. Okay. E-code note 5038, and don't forget the twist. Okay, I'm gonna put that in my detective notes. Should I just... Can you just... I mean, I suppose I can copy everything, but is that going to be helpful? Oh, I picked it up. I'm not sure if that's helpful. Visiting the cemetery in the weekend. Okay. Okay, let's identify this new object. Oh, new place, new place. That would be a cemetery, wouldn't it? Cemetery. And maybe storeroom? This is the Book of the Amulet. An amulet of casting will amplify your intentions and can have magical results. There are many words of power you can speak through the amulet. We dare not record them here. Is these the song shards of the song? Or... If you can find them, you're worthy of them. Just know this about the amulet. In the first phase, there is the word of power. In the second, you choose your target. Name your target precisely, or the word will fall on deaf ears. Copy paste. Oops, come on. A note scribbled on the last page says, "Stop taking these books home. We need them at the store." Okay. So, this first one... Oh, I keep on picking them up. Store. Alright then, so let's go back to the map. And I guess we can add the store. Yes, we can. Is the storeroom separate? Probably not. And then we've got the cemetery. I have spelt that correctly, right? Okay, I guess there's no cemetery, but library. Oh no, the books are at the store, not a library. Okay, so no notes, just a bunch of things. So this must be cemetery, not cemetery. Oh, okay. Let's go and add that. Oh, there we go. See, this I'd be stuck with this game without this chat. Thank you, cool, Nico. Cemetery. Okay. So I guess these are just 3 graves. But we don't know what they are because I'm not a human. Let's identify the graves. Oh, gravestones, okay. Celia Apple. If the shards of song are lost, I'll whisper them in a dream. If the mirror told you how to decode a song, then it told you which words to remove. Take those and intersperse them with the words of the forest ritual, starting with the first word of that ritual. Oh my god. I feel like there's a lot of things going on. The crystal ball will always observe the ritual. It can tell you the words. Right. Mirror, forest ritual. We've got the amulet. Yeah, Jenny 55 saying it's getting complicated. And there's also a good god from Orion. Okay, let's look at this gravestone. Caleb the Wanderer. I wrote the shards of song. There are no fixed words, only rules to discover new words each time it is sung. Just trying to pass that. Between the magic mirror and the riddle flower, you can learn these rules. There's now a riddle flower. Okay. Oh, let's go back there. I want to read the last one. John 4 says, the shards of song are nothing. They are a myth. Make up whatever words you like. No matter who's lying. Secret light is always the riddle question. Here in the cemetery. What? So this is obviously a shards of song area. Oh, stop pressing escape. Okay, well, let's go back to the store. I have a feeling it's going to be a door lock or something, right? Yes, I've identified the object as a keypad. So, what did the detective note say? 5038, but don't forget the twist. Is that like transposing a couple of numbers? 50. Oh, you actually have to dial it. 5038. So that's. I don't expect this to work. You set off an alarm. You escape back to the safety of your ship and wait overnight until things cool down. This has cost you 1 day. Oops. Okay, well, maybe I shouldn't be pumping in random digits into that. Okay, let's see. We've got some objects over here we don't recognize. Let's see what this is. It's a laptop. Notes, spells, crystal ball. Important. Tala. The crystal ball is now bound to you. Only you can use it. If anyone ever gets trapped inside it, the riddle answer is outside in. If this happens, I'll assume it's an emergency, so we can bypass the riddle question just this once. Spells? Amulet spells. The words of power. Fire, water, reflection, and sense. I feel like I should write that down. So the words of power. Fire, water, reflection, and sense. I've already forgotten everything about the amulet. In the first phase, there's a word of power. In the second phase, you choose your target. So you'd have to say, fire, my work colleagues. Water, plant. reflection, something, and sense, something. Interesting. Okay, let's go for notes. Oh, the twist. The twist. The last two go first. So I guess it's 38.50. To do. Find the golems. Come on. You keep on adding new things. Find the golems commands. Golem. Commands. I think I left the book at Tala's house. Get the golem to clean the junk off the teleport. And ask Tala to upload the ritual. Oh, this is done. Ask Tala to upload ritual into the crystal ball so we can rewatch it later. It's ritual. And the riddle question is black diamond. I thought the golem could upload it, but Tala said she's the only one who could use the crystal ball. Wow, this is getting kind of complicated, but at least I think I can open the storeroom. Storeroom. You need to do some maintenance on the secret storeroom. If you're not sure how to get in there, use the teleport. You need to clean off the rubble. You can get the destination name from inside the riddle flower. Inside the inside. At Pella's house. Okay. I'm going to write down Pella's house. But I feel in a lot of peril. Well, let's just open this. Let's check it again. 5038. So let's go for 3850. Yay. Maybe I just put this here. Code is oh my god. 3850, right? I forgot what what the number was in the middle of typing it. We've got a big question mark here. Oh, there's Book of the Mirror. And there's something else here. Oh, and that's the teleport. That's the secret room. And I can only get in there with the teleport. Let's read the Book of the Mirror. And I know I'm going to regret this. When you need to decipher something, a magic mirror is the ultimate code breaker. Okay. Because of their great power, magic mirrors are temporary. But mirror frames, if forged well, can last forever. To create a magic mirror, find a natural body of water and cast a spell on it. Place the resulting mirror essence in a frame, and there you have it. Start. For your safety, the spell name has been redacted. So, I'm guessing it might be a reflection spell, because that was... I mean, it could also be a water spell, but I find it weird that you might say water, water. More likely reflection water. So, I'm going to say, in my notes here, reflection water. To make mirror. That's what I'm going to go with. Right. Shall we do a bit more identifying? Find out what this big thing is here. Oh, it's a golem. Command. I have to tell them to do something, to do something. And don't press escape. Okay. Let me identify the... No. Oh, should I identify the other thing? Yes. This is rubble. Okay. Okay. I remember there was something about the rubble, wasn't there? Notes. Storeroom. Need to clean off the rubble. If you're not sure how to get there, use the teleport. Need to clean off the rubble. Okay, so that's the teleport. So I can tell them to clean rubble. Maybe I can do that. Nothing happened. Spells, crystal ball, notes, to do. Okay, okay. To do is find the golem's commands. I think I left the book at Tala's house. Okay, get the golem to clean the junk off the teleport. Right, let's go back to Tala's house, but there's also Pella's house to check out as well. Go back to the map. Tala's house. So, Book of the Amulet, right? There's nothing else in here. Talos house. Joe, don't make me think about other puzzle games. Oh, I picked it up again. An Amulet of Casting. Many words for students speak. But... Note about store. Reminder note. Strange note. Go... Maybe just clean teleport. Oh, drawers! Oh my god. I feel that's a little bit of a cheat. Because you don't understand things, but now apparently you can open drawers. Oh dear. Book of the Golem. Golems have great strength, but if poorly made, they will respond to only a few commands. The most basic command for a golem is dissolve, and they can dissolve pretty much anything. You can get them to do chores like cleaning, cooking, organizing, etc. But except for the most well-formed golems, you'll notice a difference when you try to explain anything even slightly more difficult than dissolve. Can you cook things? No, but I can dissolve the kitchen. Alright, back to the store. Oh, no, went out. Right, you. Dissolve. Rubble. And I have to identify this to use it, right? It's teleport. Teleport. Name your destination. Oh my god. What did it say about the destination? Oh, wrong one. I need notes. Storeroom. You can get the destination name from the riddle flower. Wait, there's a riddle flower. A Pella's house. There we go. Stop pressing escape, Joel. Right. Pella's house. Okay. I see drawers. And it has question mark in it. Can I go through here? Open it. Oh, it's locked. I don't have the necessary item to unlock it. Okay. I think this is more likely to be a flower, right? Unless it's in here, but there's no question marks in there. The riddle flower. You return to the start of the time route because you've run out of identifying credits. Everything has been reset, except your time-proof notes on whatever you can remember. Don't worry, the time loop is a natural part of the deduction process, so keep moving forward what you've already learned. Okay. So, I can go straight to Pella's house. This keeps on appearing because I'm hitting tab. And identify this. Talk to the riddle flower. Enter text. Right. Is this why I'm supposed to say the inside is inside or something? Nothing happened. I need to go back to to Tala's. Oh, it was the store, wasn't it? And I gotta open this laptop again. Use notes and storeroom. Inside the inside. That's what I thought I did. Let me just try it again. Inside the inside. Oh, secret room. The secret room's name is Secret Room. Okay, so I go back to the store. Gotta do the keypad, which is 3058. Oh. E. 3850. Oh, I can't type it. Then I have to identify that and identify that. I need to dissolve the rubble. Then I have to identify that. Wow, you can go through your identify credits pretty quickly trying to do this one. Then I will teleport to secret room. Whew. To find a mirror frame. You don't have anything to put in the frame. I need to put a mirror in the frame. Okay. Well. Now that riddle flower, I have the riddle flower. I guess there's things I can get out of the riddle flower, like the graveyard cemetery. Cemetery. They had stuff about the riddle flower here, didn't they? But maybe I should just leave it there. That's been kind of interesting. At first I was thinking I don't know what I'm doing, but it's slowly becoming clear. Like you have to try and it's putting objects together, and you have to kind of. I guess there's going to be an issue with sometimes you've got to rewind the time loop, and you can only have a certain amount of identify credits, and some of these tasks might take you the entire time loop because you've got to identify like 7-8 things to do something, to unlock something. That's interesting. So that is the Unknowing from Alexander Thumb. Let's get the... Right, so I've come out of the game. Oh, I copy and pasted the wrong thing. I was done far too many games at this point. So, yes, I will come out of that game now, and maybe we'll reset time loop. Let's just exit the game. I guess I'll continue that some other time. So, that was interesting. From what I can tell, I think some people enjoyed it. Some of the comments, but I think some people found some people had to kind of cheat, you know, use a walkthrough or whatever. So what's next? Little Shops of Murder. I don't know too much about this. So let's just go for it. Right, so here's the letter I get. Day 1 to Detective Starling and team. Good morning, Detective Starling. I'm sorry to disturb you at this time. We all heard about your broken leg down at the precinct, and we hope you get well soon. Unfortunately, as I'm sure you've heard, for the first time in 20 years, we've had a murder in Greendale Village. On Saturday morning, a restaurant owner from Lovage Street came barging into the police station. He claims that on his way to open his diner, he noticed that the bakery across the street still had its lights off and its sign flipped to closed. He found this unusual, as its owner, Nico Galanis, is almost always the first to open shop. Upon crossing the street to check up on Mr. Galanis, the witness found door to the shop was open and the front window broken. While his speech deteriorated into gibberish from this point forward, it was clear he found the place trashed. Display cases shattered, chairs and tables overturned, emptied cash register, the works. He also saw blood near the back room, where upon further investigation, we found Galanis' body. Joe is just pointing out that Cool Nico is the victim. It's a sad state of affairs. If it's not too much trouble, we could very much use your help. That big city expertise of yours will be vital towards bringing this killer to justice. If you can't go out yourself, maybe send some assistance of yours. I'd very much like to work with lovely Miss Patterson again. Hope you feel better. Constable Bill Braddocks. Right. Cool. Nico's saying he should have taken the day off. Right. So apparently there are... I believe it said there were 3 clues in here. In the letter. And you just have to hover. I'm pretty sure 3 clues in the letter and you hover to find them. Oh, there we go. A restaurant owner from Lovage Street found Galani. Yeah. Okay. And do I... You notice the bakery says blah, 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 blah. Do I have to put this somewhere? Put the clues into people? So Joe says, I will say that I got a bit frustrated with missing things that I had to hover. I'd recommend pressing H to eliminate the pixel hunting. Okay, says January 55. Okay. What happened there? Oh, there we go. Okay, so bakery across the street. Bakery's across the street of the diner. And Nico Galanis was the bakery owner. Okay. Then it's supposed to open up persons. And give the clues to people. The victim. The bakery is across the street of the diner. A restaurant owner called from Lovett Street found Galani. Okay. Well, maybe I need to give this to... Maybe not. Places, maybe. Okay. Lovett Street. Where's the bakery? So, is this it? And the restaurant is here. Nope. No. Or maybe it has to be the actual restaurant owner. That's a person. That's related to a person. But I don't know which one of these people it is. So... You can drag clues onto people and places, Joe is telling me. It's a bit weird about how it decides what can be dropped on what. Quite a bit of guesswork I've found. Okay, so these are my assistants, right? And do I have to just guess this? Is one of these people, right? Oh, it's Parker Bailey. Right. Okay, so maybe I'll ask Miss Patterson to interview Parker Bailey. And Mr. Krasinski can't really interview the victim, but at least he'll check out the body. And I'll send Miss Hutchins to the cafe. Maybe Mr. Prim. No, not at the moment. So, is that just end the day, right? Okay, so what have we found? Okay, Parker Bailey told me something interesting. Poor guy found something in Mr. Garnis' body. And Mrs. Hutchins says found something that might help us. Okay. Okay, day 2. Desk. So, crime scene. Handwritten board menu offers Friday specials. A building with a table and chairs outside. I wonder if that's everything there. Oh, it's got little red lines here. Oh, is that because I found them, or? Okay, Parker Bailey. His restaurant is a small family-owned diner that's been left in Parker's care. He's been running the store for almost 3 years now, but business is tough. He tries to keep up with the times and modern food trends, but he always seems to be just too late. The diner is small and cozy, an old retro aesthetic inside. The walls are lined with old pictures of customers and celebrities who visited years ago. The food is great. It's just a shame that most people don't even realize it's there. Parker's a busy man, trying to keep his family's business running single-handedly. He hasn't had much time for socializing recently. Parker Bailey on day 1. On Friday, I was out walking from 7 to 10. And it's none of your business where I was. Okay. Joe's telling me they're the absolute worst assistants, so as they always come back with one piece of evidence, even if there's plenty more to be gathered from that person or place. Okay. Oh, we don't know anything about these other people. Okay, that's fine. Right, so... A building with table and chairs outside. Is that the family diner? No. Handwritten board offers Friday specials. What am I doing with these? Building with table and chairs outside. I mean, it's just handwritten board menu offers Friday specials. Do I just leave these here? Do I have to investigate them? Time for some layoffs then. Ori answers. I think there's a lot of layoffs going around at the moment. Joe says, oh, there are things to click in the files on the people, I think. Like hidden bits of text. I haven't checked about Nico, actually. Let's try the H. Oh, yes, there is, yeah. His Greek bakery offers a wide variety of desserts and pastries, as well as coffee and tea. He comes in early every morning to make the desserts fresh and to open up shop for the morning rush. His bakery cooperates with the diner on the other side of the street. Okay. They serve his fresh rolls for breakfast. He likes to give out any of his extra stock at the end of the night to the rest of the shopkeepers, getting out most of their good sides. So everybody loves him. Assistant on day one. There are black flower petals scattered across him. Parker was out walking from 7 to 10 on Friday. Can I add these things to him or something? Or okay. Okay, so the numbers are the kind of number of pieces of evidence you can attach to it, I guess. Or something to unlock them. I need another piece about it. That's not... No. Right, it's never required to unlock. It's not this. It is? Wait, what? Hang on. I did that to the family diner earlier and it didn't like it. Okay. So now the family diner is unlocked. I could send somebody to investigate it. Thank you. None of this stuff. Nope. Am I supposed to assign this to anybody? Send people to the places you already investigated. Okay, let's do that then. Go back to the cafe. And persons. Victim, Parker Bailey. Let's just do it. Look what I found. Could it help us? Certainly. D&D night on Fridays. I almost overlooked it. Good thing I looked twice, says Mr. Krasinski. Poor guy found something in Mr. Gallen's body. And Mr. Prim says, sorry, no new insights from Parker Bailey. Okay, what do we find out? D&D night. Posters announcement says Friday, November the 10th. Handwritten board menu offers Friday specials, and the poster announcement says Friday, November the 10th. We play your favorite music. Poster also promises a favorite music night. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, what's this? A bust and shattered glass are lying on the pavement. So that's thrown from the inside out, I guess. Going from the restaurant to the antique shop requires crossing the river twice, says Ariane. Joey's just saying, sorry for helping a bit. Trying to get you over some bumps I hit when I played. That's fine. If it was the Talus Principle too, I tell you to get lost, Joe. Oh, I've only got a couple more puzzles to solve. Right. It's an antique, right? Maybe the bust comes from Red Knight Antiques. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, let's go back to more about. Assistant Day 2. The victim has a jagged wound in his neck. I investigated the murder, but I completely missed the fact he had a wound on his neck. It was a big shock. I guess it was a strangling. Okay. Is that not a hovering thing? I guess not. D&D night, Friday, November the 20th. November 10th, sorry, not November the 20th. Is there anything else in this picture? Doesn't look like it. Oh, hang on. A shop on the other side of the river. It's a bit spurious. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but never mind. I think we all had it was a tiring day. I meant to go to places. Shop on the other side of the river. There we go. Audio Forge. Music night. Actually, let's have a look at this picture. D&D night. Play your favorite music. Friday specials. You can't. We've done this. We've unlocked these, right? Persons. Am I supposed to? Oh, can't talk with them. Is that they're finished? No more talking. And I have to unlock these people with multiple pieces of evidence, something like that. Trying to think. I've got a lot of clues here. So I just keep on investigating these places. Check one more time. The victim. Mrs. Hutch has found one more other thing. And also Mr. Krasinski found something else as well. Red Knight Antiques movie bust. So the movie bust did come from Red Knight Antiques. I was so ahead of this game. Right, places. So the bust. Okay. Okay, we've got a few things here. So we've got this. Movie bust. $149 written on it. Nothing else? Can I put that on? I can put it there and maybe then I can do the bust? No. All right. Let's go. What else have we got here? Matt, Friday. Farewell to some of my most cherished items. These golden age of Hollywood commemorative busts shall be missed. So that sounds like Matt is the person who owns the Red Knight Antiques. Delaney, Friday. Big night tonight. We got a lot of orders. Black and orange flowers are definitely in high demand for Halloween. Sounds like Delaney is a florist. Parker. Yay, really looking forward. Count me in. Listening to some Pink Floyd songs while exploring dungeons would be great. And Donna, Friday. Does anyone know how to get 300 flowers? They're staining all my books black. So Donna might be the person who owns the bookstore. Donna. Okay. Do I take that to the bookstore? I do, okay. And Red antiques. Nope, that doesn't go there. Black and orange flowers. Halloween hit. That was... Actually, which one of these looks like a florist? Go there either. Now we've got the black flower petals still sticking out here. Can I go to persons and put this on a person? And oh, that does go to Delaney. Parker was out, black flowers. Oh, I can give the bust to Matt. And oh, finally I have Matt. All right. Okay. So I think I'll leave it there. You can see how this is going. And I finally managed to unlock another person. So it's obviously going to be a case of like trying to slowly unlock bit by bit. It's an interesting game. I can see what Joe means. It's a little bit odd, bit touch and go here in terms of how you know what to access next. There was the clue about you had to get them in the right order, and it wouldn't let you unlock, even though I was quite clearly, I knew that, you know, this was to do with the diner or whatever, but it wouldn't let me get in until I had the other clue first. Anyway, that is Little Shops of Murder. It'll be interesting at some point to solve the mystery and get to the bottom of it. So that was from 4 developers. Let me just, can I come out of that? Can I? No, I'm not sure how I get out of. I wanted to just go back into the onto the webpage. Anyway, it's by 4 developers, and you can see their aliases on the page. They basically give themselves these pictures, if I remember rightly. So that's Little Shops of Murder. So we'll go straight on to enter passcode. Let me just close this one down. Enter passcode. So this is, it's just like there's nothing to move around or click on here. You just have to look at the words presented by Alan and figure out what we have to do. So I've forgotten my 4-digit passcode. Fortunately, I saved some hints on my phone. All the hints have a yes/no answer. I remember that if you know all the answers, then you can determine the passcode, and there are no redundant questions. The hints are: is the first digit 1? Is the second digit 2? Is the third digit 3? Is the first digit even? Is the fourth digit larger than the sum of the first 3 digits? So I guess you have to find 5 answers which are consistent. So you can't have, for example, is the first digit 1? Yes. And then later on have, is the first digit even? Yes. That's not going to make any sense. Is the first digit odd? So those 2 questions are sort of connected. Is the fourth digit larger than the sum of the first 3 digits? It could be yes or no. There's only a few combinations, right? If the fourth digit is larger than the sum of the first 3 digits, so at least 3 digits, the actual minimum for 3 digits will be 111. Is it larger? Then that would mean it have to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. This is really helpful. That's really narrowed down the puzzle space. If it wasn't larger, if the fourth digit wasn't larger than the sum of the first 3 digits, then it would have to be like, in this case, if you had 111, it'd have to be 1 or 2. It reminds me of, to be honest, it reminds me a little bit of those, the funky Sudoku puzzles, where you get a bunch of weird rules and you have to try and figure out, like, there's a chink in there somewhere, which allows you to start unlocking the puzzle. And you look at these rules and they're like, I don't get it. But there's something in them, which is the beginning, the unlock. And I'm looking at these and I'm not seeing it just yet. I'm trying to find one of the questions which would narrow things down. Is the first digit 1? It's interesting. Is the first digit 1? Is the first digit even? Is the fourth digit larger than the sum of the first 3 digits? See, for example, if the first 3 questions are all yes, if it is 1, 2, 3, and then is the first digit even? That's yes as well. And if you say, is the fourth digit larger than the sum of the first 3 digits? Then the sum of the first 3 digits is 6. And that means it could be 7, 8, or 9, which is like, that doesn't get us anywhere. Is the fourth digit larger than the sum of the first 3 digits? If it's not true, then 1, 2, and 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, it's not unique. And that doesn't really get us anywhere. Is the first digit even? Is the fourth digit larger than the sum of the first 3 digits? If that gave us a unique answer, if you said, is the fourth digit larger than the sum of the first 3 digits, and it's yes, and that would define the last digit, then that last digit would have to be 9. And that means the first 3 digits must add up to 8. What are the combinations to make 8? It's quite a lot, right? You could have 117, 52. Oh no, 520. Don't forget that 0. If number 1 is yes, then 4 is redundant. That is what is bothering me, Oriane. If number 1 is yes, then 4 is redundant. Which does make me think the first digit is not 1, but the first digit is even. If number 4 is true, then number 1 is redundant. It's true. Actually, yes, true, actually. So maybe it's yes. The first digit, sorry, no, the first digit is not 1. And is the first digit even? No. Which means it would be 3, 5, 7, or 9. So... cool. Nico is just pointing out that I said 1 and 1 and 7 is 8. As I said, I am always at my best when I'm streaming. Gwen's saying Gwen loves this one because it's the only H game they've played where the page itself is the game. Does it remind me there was a one by Clockwork Patrick Trainer of Patrick's Parabox. He made a one-screen game. Was it a one-screen game for the Confounded Calendar a couple of years ago, and that was interesting. Taranab is also telling me that the first digit is odd and not 1. This is fascinating, and I really feel like I want to sit down and start scribbling things rather than trying to juggle in my head. I have a piece of paper here. So goodbye. Okay. Get your own piece of paper. So yeah, I really want to have a look at this. Joe says Patrick's game, that was just an image. Yes, that is the one I'm thinking of. I think I'll leave this here. So you can already see how this, you're trying to find answers that would make that would basically fix the passcode, right? If you just choose some random answers, they might not fix the passcode. What is the answer to these questions that would absolutely 100% give you a unique answer? I love it. And I'm also not going to do it on stream. Sorry, Alan, if you watch this later or you're watching now. But hey, and there is a check solution here if you're interested, but that is enter passcode. And I love the idea of this one. Unfortunately, to access the answers to the hints, I need to log into my phone, my passcode. Oh, I really do want to solve that now. I've been thinking about it a lot. But later. It's 10:30 here, and I think I should go on to Surradia, which is the last game from the jam I'm going to do. Maybe not ever, but definitely today. All right. Let's kill off that page. No, thank you. Let's kill off the Unknowing as well. So, Surradia, another one, an art retrospective. So, let me, I'm going to read this and then I'm going to make it full screen. 80 years ago, the burgeoning magical art movement known as Surradia disappeared along with its creators in the midst of World War II. This exhibit brings together never before seen artworks, letters, photographs, and interviews to finally answer the question, what really happened to the Surradists? I don't know if I've got that pronunciation correct. In this case of the Golden Idol-like deduction game, I haven't played it. Piece through documents and find the clues that tell the story of the Surradists. This game was created for the case of Thinky Game Jam based on an idea initially drafted with friends in the spring of 2023. It has been revised and updated following the jam. This demo covers the first 3 rooms of the exhibit. On average, most players take about 2 hours to finish it. I don't have 2 hours, Gwen. Alright, let's make this full screen. And enter. Okay, so this is just this is what I just said just now. This is the first room. Oh, Tyrann just solved the passcode. That's annoying. Makes me think I should have just held on for another 10 seconds. Room 1. Okay, room 1. Joe's telling me Golden Idol needs to be the top of my list. You know what? Also at the top of my list is playing Pathologic. At the top of my list is also playing, what's it, the Paradise Killer. I really want to play these games, but, you know, one of these days. Preludes, 1936. There's a lot of stuff here. So, oh, you can click on these. So it looks like a picture of, that's by Alice, I see. And it looks like a water with wings. I'm assuming that's water. Just clone myself so I can play them all simultaneously, says Joe. A book. Madame Morisot on the pier, 28/4/36. Okay, it's a sketchbook. Oh, those are wings, he says. I thought they were trees. I think they're wings. It's got that kind of angel look to me. Back from your Dominican vacation with a new exotic beauty on your arm? Colour me shocked. Well, spare me thee, she's just a model line at least. And don't think you can come crawling back to your wife and child when it all falls apart, because we won't be here. That's interesting. I started reading that thinking like it was just like, you know, it's like a friendly ribbing. And by the end of it, it's like, no, this is actually quite angry. I wonder who that is too. Alice was a firecracker. I liked her immediately. Corinne, though, was just this quiet little thing. You knew at once that someone was going to hurt her. I invited her to stay in Montmartre. But Max hadn't finished his piece yet, and he couldn't spare her. That's by Maya Vidal. The Faces of the Paris Avant-Garde. Hilary, Koenig and Roche
are household names, not only in the famed Montmartre district of Paris, but as far afield as London and New York, but their acclaim as artists often eclipses the men themselves. In this exclusive interview, the leading minds of the avant-garde shed light on their life-work inspirations. Gwen has just said the game has just been updated. I did note that. I made the puzzles more difficult to brute force, so we'll see if it works better now, or I've overcorrected and made them too difficult. Apotheosis by R. Alaria. Curving in an arc like the flow of time, sprouting white feathered wings, the river rushes past you, over you, through the broken sky. That kind of feels like that picture to me. Like the pound of blood in your ears. Is that too loud? No, I'll just take that down a bit. Like the pound of blood in your ears, like the hoofbeats of the wild horses, like the shimmer of 1,000 starlings, like you running at the cliff's edge, ready to cast yourself into the waves that flow through the broken sky. And we've got here, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from the Koenigs. Oh, there's more. On the back, thanks for these photos. How's the bachelor life treating you? I think Renee is beginning to tire of it. I'm not writing any notes here at all. I feel like I'm going to click on everything again in a minute. Dear Father, don't bother sending anyone to come get me, because I won't go. Renee's work is a sledgehammer through society's walls, and if you don't realise that, there's nothing I can do for you. And don't bother telling me how I'm bringing dishonour on the Penderwood name either. I'm going to show Renee my drawings and learn about hermetic magic, and nothing you say will change my mind. Oriane saying, are we going to dunk on the poor ethics of turn-of-the-century French artists? Right. Solve vestibule. Okay. Room 1. Room 2. Which I can go into. Vestibule. And room 3 is currently locked. Gift shop. Oh, Gwen's saying that's an error. They're not supposed to be able to get into room 2 yet. I thought that might be the case. I need to solve. What am I solving for? Let me just click it. Okay, the men of the avant-garde. So I gotta find out who these are. Right. So Larry, Koenig, and Roche are household names. Blah blah blah. Their claim as artists often eclipses them in themselves. So, I mean, maybe they're in the order here that it has underneath the picture. That's normally the case, but not necessarily. And so, Alaire is an R. We did have talk of Renee. Here's the Koenigs. From the Koenigs. And there's a note saying, thanks for these photos. How's the bachelor life treating you? I think Renee is beginning to tire it. So someone's a Raymond and another one is a Renee. I feel like I should be able to work this out. But it's 11:15 and my brain's turned to mulch. Alice was a firecracker. I liked her immediately. Corinne, though, which is quite a little thing. What was in here again? So is this the exotic beauty on your arm? She's just a model? On the pier. That's drawn by Alice. Alice drew that, and it's related to this story. This poem. And up here we've got Alice as a firecracker. I like to immediately, Corinne though is this quiet little thing. You knew at once someone's going to hurt her. I invited her to stay in Montmartre, but Max hadn't finished his piece yet, and he couldn't spare her. So my brain's thinking. This one again. Dear Father, don't bother sending anyone to come get me because I won't go. Renee's work is a sledgehammer through society's walls, and if you don't realize that, there's nothing I can do for you. And don't bother telling me how I'm bringing dishonor on the Penderwood name either. I'm going to show Renee my drawings and learn about hermetic magic. Nothing you say will change my mind. So whoever this is so Penderwood, I would guess. They're going to show Renee. They're not Renee. And these are second names. Who the hell is Penderwood? This was Morisot on the pier in April 1936. Go back to this Koenig's one. There's 3 people here. Thanks for these photos. Who the hell is Penderwood? Summarizes the game, really. How's the bachelor life treating you? I think Renee is beginning to tire it. So I'm troubled. So this is like a a Merry Christmas card from the Koenigs. So that'd be the picture of them, and that would mean this is wrong. This is not the right order at all. Right? Because this is obviously Koenig, and unfortunately underneath Koenig is this is the second one, so these are not in the right order. So if that's Koenig, then the other two are Alari and Roche. Man, this is making my this is really burning me. So it's like on the back here there's a note: Raymond, thanks for these photos. It's just bugging me. The editor of that newspaper should be fired, says Joe. Yes, I agree. The interesting thing is that this is from Raymond. Is it who wrote this note? Is it like was it just written on the back of this card because here's the little note to go with it, so it's from Koenig, or did someone else write this? Thanks for these photos. So is it like Raymond took these photos? So thanks for taking these photos for us, Raymond. How's the bachelor life treating you? So Raymond doesn't have anybody in his life, and Renee is beginning to tire of the bachelor life. He doesn't have anybody in his life either. I'm getting confused. So hang on, does that mean so Koenig is the one that looks like they have a wife, so I'm getting confused here, right? And this is suggesting the other two have got a bachelor life. Oh, even if I'm just... Are these the same people? Is this Raymond? What is one of these Raymond? One is Renee, right? That's what I'm guessing. But now I'm confused because it's a story about someone being married and having a colored beauty on their arm. I think, sorry, exotic beauty on their arm. Sorry, I get confused with this color me shocked line. But at the same time, is this just simply out of time? Like, you know, this is before some of this other stuff happened. As well as, so Gwen's saying, as well, Joe said the editor of that newspaper should be fired. Gwen has added, as well as whoever keeps snipping the signature lines off everyone's letters. Yeah, there we go. So come crawling back to your wife and child when all falls apart. This, because if Koenig is the only one, Koenig's the only one with a wife and child, then Koenig is the one with this, who's bringing this person back with them. Right. And the other two are bachelors. They don't have anybody in their lives. So if we make assumptions here, so I've got Raymond and Renee, and then there's somebody Koenig, and Koenig is the one with the model, and I just want to look at the solve picture again. So interesting. So we need the full name and say what they did. So then you've got this other. So Raymond is a photographer, right? One of them is a photographer. So I think Raymond is going to be a photographer. And those fields are drop. Oh, these fields are drop downs. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. That really does help focus the mind a little bit. Okay, well, I'm going to say this is Koenig. And the other two are R's. Well, I've made a lot of progress here. Right. Okay. Raymond is a photographer and Renee. Okay, fine. Alice was a firecracker. I like to read his name. Trying to figure out who we're talking about here. You knew at once someone's going to hurt her. Max hadn't finished his piece yet. He couldn't spare her. Is it Max Koenig? The one with the model? And maybe... Oh. I'm going back to that solve again. So I can choose painter, photographer, poet. Okay, so one of them is a poet, one of them is a photographer, one is a painter. So Max is a painter, right? No, well, not necessarily. Exhibit, because someone produced this, but this could have been either. So one of them is obviously wants to take photographs of her, and another one is painting her. He knew it once someone was going to hurt Corinne. I invited her to stay here, but Max hadn't finished his piece yet and he couldn't spare her.
I mean, that sounds like Max Koenig brought her, and so Max must be the one who had her first, because this person wanted to have her second. It's not getting her back. So I'm going to go at this point where this is Max. Oh, this is tough. Go back to the exhibit. And how do I find out who these other two people are? Is it this picture here? Is that picture meant to be this person? These guys look too similar. I mean, I don't know if I would try to, but obviously Alair or Larry is the poet, and I keep on banging my pop filter. That's the poet. I'm writing on my Thinky Streams checklist. Just literally, I'm just writing everything on this Thinky Streams checklist here. It's no longer a checklist for Thinky games. Renee's work is a sledgehammer through society's walls. If you don't realize that, there's nothing I can do for you. I'm going to show Renee my drawings. Nothing you say will change my mind. Oh. I'm gonna show Renee my drawings. Does that mean Renee is a... I'm gonna show Renee my drawings. Okay, this is Alice. Alice Penderwood. So this is Alice Penderwood. This is her drawing, which she shows to Renee, who writes a poem. This is Renee Alari. So the other person is Raymond. Bang my pop filter again. I'm gonna punch this pop filter. And the other person is Raymond Roche. I just have to figure out which one is which in this picture. How do I know? I mean, is this picture my only clue? Or am I missing something else? Yes, that's the same person. It's supposed to be clear from the picture, Joe is suggesting. So they got this black jacket here. This person got a black jacket. But you know, it's like, I don't know, this guy's got a puffy face. It's his receding hairline, maybe? I need to bring up both pictures at once. And then enhance. Okay, let's go with the black jacket theory. And the black jacket is the match. So, that would mean solve. So this guy is the painter. This guy is the poet. Who is... I've forgotten which one. Renee... Larry. And that's Raymond. Roche. A photographer. Oh, the eyebrows, Joe is pointing out. The eyebrows are a better match. Now we have the women of the avant-garde. Oh, very good. Well, I think I should stop there. I'm quite pleased at the progress I made there. Wow, there's 3 rooms. This is fun. So that is Surradia from Gwen Katz. Let me just give you a link in the chat. And I think that's good enough for today. Thank you to everybody who watched me struggle, for someone who hasn't really played many of these kind of detective type games. Not deliberately avoiding them, just, you know, I've been pushing too many blocks and boxes around and doing Minesweeper counts. But this is fascinating. I'm glad I ended on Surradia. That was a really cool one. But I think we saw a lot of interesting things today. Yeah, I'm going to go back to the passcode off stream so I can concentrate. Thanks again, and I'll catch up with you again in 2 weeks' time, and we'll be looking at something else. Thank you.